Hello everybody, my name is Tom Lance. I'm the Director of Natural Resources for the Tribe of Kodiak. My background is in rangeland, water resources, soils, kind of a jack of all trades. I have some experience working here on Kodiak as a soil conservationist as well. And today I'm going to talk about the importance of soil conservation and why it's important to all of us now more than ever. The second slide there, I just throw this little meme in. Soil may not be beautiful, but it does beautiful things. I think that's kind of appropriate. First of all, let's talk, what is soil conservation? Soil conservation is a combination of practices used to protect soil from degradation. First and foremost though, soil should be considered a living thing. It's part of the ecosystem, part of the web of life. And it needs to have organisms and organic matter to be considered a soil. If it's not alive and it's dead, it's dirt. It's hard, and I also too consider soil, I consider soil as a non-renewable resource. Once you remove soil from a location, it is gone forever. If you burn it because it's been contaminated with toxins and you burn it to remove those toxins, you're just getting rid of the toxin and you're destroying the soil forever. Second of all, soil specifically is the prevention of soil loss from erosion or reduced fertility caused by overusage, acidification, salinization, or other chemical soil contamination. Why is soil conservation important for you and me? Well, let's look at something that soil conservation has a direct link to, but you wouldn't think of, and that is global population. The world's population is increasing, and if we don't have enough food to feed everybody, then our soils will be the first thing that we need to look at, how to produce more food on the soil that we have. And unfortunately, the soil that we have has management problems now. Desertification and mining the soil, dumping chemical fertilizers on our soil has caused unintended consequences of making it less productive, and also the crops that are grown on that soil are of lower nutrient value. So by the year 2064, it's estimated that in this graphic here that we will have about 9.73 billion people. And we've doubled our Earth's population in the last 50 years from 1960 to 2010. We've doubled it, and just in that short time. So if we keep going on this trend, it will be disastrous for humankind. It looks like at about 2064, though, our population trend will start to drop, decrease due to access for women's reproductive services, and improved education overall. So it's a food security issue that spans the globe. And as I said before, by 2050, the world's population will likely increase by 35%, but yet it'll take 100% more food to meet our needs. And again, that's due to the inefficiencies of our crop production systems and lower nutrient value of our crops because they're growing on poorer soils. Please do check out the links there, the populationconnection.org, Food Matters. It'll have more details. So out of the entire world's land surface, only 12.5% approximately grow our crops. And out of that, the United States ranks second in the amount of cropland on the global measure. And our acreage actually is decreasing because of the 1985 Farm Bill, which actually took some farmland out of production. But frankly, some of that land should have never been farmed in the first place. And to avoid a dust bowl, like what happened in 1935, or the big, coincided with the Depression too, the Great Depression, our soils will just dry up and blow away. And that's what's happening now in some of our middle U.S. states, where we're overproducing and using chemical fertilizers and clean tillage practices. All that needs to stop. I have a slide also that talks a little bit about the healthy eating saves lives, and it talks about the need to eat more whole grains, vegetables, fruits, and nuts. And then it relates that to the amount of deaths caused by risk factors related to our diet. And if you look at the second and the first highest, dietary risks are the cause of the greatest number of deaths globally in 2017. High blood pressure, followed by tobacco use, high blood sugar, air pollution, high body mass index, high cholesterol, and then malnutrition, alcohol use, and then finally impaired kidney functions. Those are the top 10 risk factors for death globally. And many of those top ones have to do with poor food, poor nutrition. So why is soil conservation important? Soil conservation may hold the keys to global security. It will, if you have people that are well-fed, healthy, and content, conflict is probably less on their mind. Contention for resources in short supply always is one of the first factors that causes wars. So good conservation encourages protection of our essential ecosystem services, protection from degradation, protection of our water, air, plants, animals, and people or animals, and a holistic use of our existing topsoil is something else that a good soil conservation plan would do to preserving our soil. And also shifting to more healthy diets, improved food distribution, less waste of our food harvest and our products. We waste quite a bit of food. And finally, sustainable development, keeping people rural rather than encouraging people to migrate from their rural lifestyle to the large mega cities is one thing that has been a trend over the last century, and it has led ourselves into more problems. And finally, let's have sustainable development, not development of non-renewable resources. In other words, let's keep our resources renewable, protect the ones that we have, and protect cropland for the future of humanity. So the last couple slides, here are some pictures of some of the things that we see going on right now in Alaska. I'm not sure if we see a tremendous amount of terraces being built yet, but who knows, maybe that's in our future too. But as you can see, hoop houses, raised beds, possibly hydroponics, as well as farming our ocean with mariculture practices. And this, I really want you to check out this video. It's on Netflix. It's called Kiss the Ground. It's narrated by Woody Harrelson. It's a documentary about the need to improve our soil management as the key to reversing climate change. And it ties climate change to the carbon in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide, and how the soil is actually the greatest reservoir of carbon dioxide other than what's free in the air right now. So if we can improve our soil and the organic matter in our soil to absorb more carbon dioxide, we could do more than anything else that's been suggested to date, including automobile reductions, exhaust reductions, those sorts of things. But what's the most scary message that they had in this video documentary was that we will run out of cropland in 50 years at the current rate of topsoil loss, coupled with global population increase, that is really scary to think of. So please do check out that. It's on Netflix right now, if you have Netflix. Otherwise, I believe you can find it elsewhere on the internet. So for the last slide, again, the importance of soil conservation, it runs deeper than we know. So thank you very much.